The Monk and the Snake. Once a very long time ago there lived a hermit monk. He preferred to spend his time well away from the trappings of society and instead sought seclusion within nature, to deepen his meditation practice. He would still visit the local village early each morning to collect his alms food. And this had been the way our monk lived for many years. One fine afternoon, after our monk had received his alms food, he found his usual meditation cushion and started to practice samadhi meditation, began to be aware of his breathing. His concentration became so great our monk sat for a very long time. He didn't notice the large snake coming closer and closer. Our monk was absorbed with his one-pointed concentration that he had become as still as a tree. The large snake didn't even notice the silent and still monk who was meditating as still as a tree. All he noticed was a nice warm sleeping spot in those monk's robes all draped around his crossed legs, and in the sunshine. Our snake snuggled into the monk's lap and fell fast asleep. An hour or so passed like this with our monk in a deep meditative concentration. And our snake fast asleep on his lap. Slowly the monk returned his concentration to his surroundings and began to become aware of an unusual weight in his lap. You can imagine the surprise of the monk as he glanced down into his lap. As bold as brass, a very large snake had indeed curled up in his lap and fallen fast asleep. Fear grasped our monk, who instantly closed his eyes and started meditating again. He calmed himself and remembered his training. All things are impermanent and forever changing. He knew without a doubt the snake would move on again, and so he stayed in meditation. But our snake was very comfortable and didn't want to move. He stayed where he was fast asleep. This went on for many hours and then many days. Eventually, the villagers had started to notice the absence of their monk and decided to pay him a visit. The villagers came with food and offerings. However, as they approached, they noticed the monk sat silently in meditation. They were all so absorbed with the serenity of the monk and his stillness that they didn't notice the snake curled up fast asleep in his lap. Slowly each villager bowed with respect to the meditating monk and left their offerings and our monk to his meditation. Life went on like this for many, many days. Our monk out of fear in a deep meditative concentration. The snake fast asleep on his lap, all comfortable as can be. And the villagers coming each and every day to offer food. Finally our snake found he had become hungry. He uncurled himself from the monk's lap and stretched his biggest stretch. And slowly slithered off in search of food. Our monk also slowly came out of meditation, but something had changed deep within. He had sat for many days in complete absorption of his mind. And now could see as clear as a mountain lake the processes within our minds. He could see that which causes humanity so much pain and suffering. He had attained enlightenment. Moral of the story. Sometimes fear can compel us to do some remarkable things, but also has the power to cripple our thinking. Every one of us has experienced fear in our lives, and it is how we move forward, not allowing that fear to consume our thinking, that is the key. Fear is a natural response to changeable and uncertain situations. To attach to that fear and live life within her is not a natural response. This is overthinking. If fear is having a crippling effect on your decision-making, we are overthinking life and need to find a way to relax. Meditation helps to calm the mind and settle the overthinking. Feel the fear and do it anyway.